Hello, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on the part of the world you're watching this video from. Once again, it's your host, Bearable King, and I'm here to share my expectation for the 38th week in the month of September in the year 2024. This is the 38th week of the year 2024. This week is going to be the 15th, yes, 15th to 21st of September. And we've been doing this for about 38, 36 weeks now by the grace of God and not our strength. How was your week? I hope last week was profitable for you as it was for me. So let's delve right in. Before we start, I'd like to share a word with you, right? And the word for this week is taken from Psalms 34, verse 10. And it says, Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted amongst the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. Right? Now, why is this important for me this week? I'm talking about it this week because a lot of us do a lot of things and we don't get the result we need. There are some things in life that we just have to hand over to God after we've done our best. You get. So, for example, you've read for your exams, you've read your syllabus, you've covered everything, and you're still scared. At some point, you just have to say, you know what, God, I just hand this over to you. Let it be that when the time for the exam comes, where I read from, that should be where the question comes from. You understand? You need to stand still. You understand? You can't keep struggling. There's a point where you need to be calm and listen or rest. You understand? And let God do his things. Now, the reason why this is important is because the essence of doing this is so that you know that he's God, right? And why do you have to know that he's God? So I've seen, let me bring it to trading now. You've done your back testing, you've done your analysis, you get. We don't control the market, right? We are at best educated gamblers, right? That's what successful traders are, right? So a point will come when you've done your back testing, you've done your studying, but you still have to commit the week into God's hand. Like, okay, God, you know what? I've done my best. The rest I've handed it over to you. You understand? And when the week turns out profitable for you, you should be able to say, okay, God, I exalt you for this, right? Now, why is this important? Because I've seen traders say things like, oh, I studied hard, that's why I was successful, not knowing that they could have studied over the weekend, and at the beginning of the week there was an incident like what happened in Maiduguri, and you don't even have time to sit there in front of your system to take opportunities in the market. You understand what I'm saying? So let's learn to stand still and acknowledge that He is God. And every achievement we have, we should be able to do what exalts God. Okay, so I'm going to leave this here and go into the chart. Okay, so I'm starting from the 4 hour time frame because I may be going a step lower. Last week and 2 weeks ago, I explained the dynamics on what we are having on the chart, right? So this top part here is the weekly OB, the order block, the supply zone on the weekly time frame. This is the supply zone on the daily time frame, and this is the demand zone. So we're somewhere in between this supply and demand zone, or the order blocks on the daily time frame. And last week I did mention when we were here that we could see the market go up or go down, but depending on what the market does, that's when we'll know what to expect from the market. And guess what? The market definitely has shown us that we should expect a bearish move. Now, what does that mean to me? What it simply means is we had the market drop from here and it gave us a what? A lower high, and then it gave us a lower low, which tells me that the market is what? Bearish. So I would be looking for the market to pull up to give us a lower high and then give us a lower low till we most likely get to this area right here. Or if we see a flip, right? What does a flip simply mean? A flip simply means a point where you have a higher high in this bearish trend, right? So till we have a higher high, we'll be expecting a bearish move down into this demand zone on the daily time frame. Now, when we get to this point, I would like to see two things. Either we see a flip, like this, and then I take a buy, or we see the market give a double bottom and then I take a buy, right? Breakout, pull back, then do what? Buy. Okay. So this is what I'll be expecting here. So if I don't see any of these two here, the market can continue breaking to the lower side. All right. But pending when we see that, for now, we know that the market is what? Bearish. Okay. But this is the 4-hour time frame. We are seeing something like a reversal here. Now, does this mean this market is going to drop below this point? Uh yes, it is possible for the market to drop below this point, but I am not certain that the market is done with the upward movement is doing. Why am I saying this? So on the 4-hour time frame, we had a fair value gap somewhere around here, right? We had a fair value gap somewhere around here. And if you notice, let me pull it down a bit so I'll stand properly. Yeah. So let me zoom in a bit just for posterity's sake to explain a little bit better. So as you can see, the market didn't tap into this zone. So there's still a bit of a gap here, which simply means that this market can still pull up into the zone. Right now, let me go a step lower because I want to explain a little bit of something in the chart. So now, if you look immediately after this break of structure, we had a form of consolidation here, right? A consolidation in the sense of an expanding triangle, but I'll still call it a consolidation, right? Now we've had a consolidation here. If people that trade chart patterns will say, oh, this was a what? Expanding triangle here and here, but it's actually a consolidation, right? And then what happened? The market did what? The market broke to the downside here, right? And the breakdown didn't last long because immediately after the break, the market broke above this level, right? So for me, this is what I would be calling a manipulation. And then we had a flip on the lower time frame here, right? So this is a flip on the lower time frame, right? Meaning that the market had changed from bearish to bullish, right? So now that we have this, all I'm simply expecting is the possibility that this market will pull back maybe into this other block here on the 1-hour time frame and then run into the zone. Okay, and this pullback would be the pullback for the distribution. Okay, pullback for the distribution into the zone somewhere around here, right? So this would be my distribution. So this is what I am seeing on the lower time frame. So I'm looking at the possibility of this market still pushing a bit into this other block zone, right? However, this market can still drop below. So it's when the price gets here, I would like to see a reversal to the upside. Okay, so let me take this out. I'm just explaining something for educational purposes, right? So let's go back to the 4-hour time frame, right? Now, in as much as I'm expecting that the market is going to pull back into the zone before tapping here, it doesn't change the fact that the market is still what? On a bearish trend, meaning that the market may tap into the zone here and then do a drop. So what will happen is people will look at this and say, oh, the market is now bullish, and then the market will reverse against them. Now, why am I showing you here? Because we similarly had something like a consolidation here before the market dropped, and after the market dropped, you will notice that the market did this, tapped down here, broke above, tapped back into the zone before the market came up here and then poured down. So it is similar to what we had here. That's what I'm looking at playing around here. So for this week, let's say on Monday, Tuesday, we may see the market drop. Then Wednesday, we may see the market pull back into the zone before dropping down. However, all this move I'm talking about could also happen on Monday because I don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. I'm just speculating that it could happen on Monday to Wednesday. We could see reversals, or it could happen within a day. You understand? The market is going to do what the market is going to do. We are just speculators assuming what the market may or may not do. Okay, so I'm still bearish because we have a bearish trend. What I could do here is mark this high, and I would be looking for a pullback maybe somewhere around here. This is Wednesday, okay, say somewhere around here, right? And then I would like to see the market break below this point, right? Break below this point, right? So this is what I am expecting for this week, right? This is what I'm expecting for this week. All right. So I'm going to stop here. So I'm expecting a bullish move. Say this. Yep. This is an order block on the 4-hour time frame, right? This is another block on the 4-hour time frame. So I can expect the market to possibly tap into the zone, run to the upside, and then do what? Flush down. So this is my expectation for this week. I don't control the market. All I'm simply doing is I'm marking out what I can see in the market. Okay. If you have an alternative view or you have a comment, please feel free to share below. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel, and also join the Telegram channel where I could be posting live updates and I would be available to answer questions and inquiries real time. All right. So till next week, remain safe, remain profitable, and I remain your favorite host, Bearable King. Do have a profitable week ahead. Bye bye.